A Plaguelands media production.
Hey everybody, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media. Very happy to bring you the next Plaguelands Media movie review, so cheers to that. Now, this next review is Spawn, the 1997 film based on the very famous character created by Todd McFarlane for Image Comics in 1992. Image Comics, of course, um, being a company that was formed so that comic book writers and artists could keep the rights to their own characters. So we had an offshoot from Marvel and DC, and that led to a ton of amazing characters and amazing comic books, basically. And although Spawn was adapted into an HBO animated series, which is fantastic, by the way, I would highly recommend all of you Plaguelandians out there going and watching it. It hit the big screen in 1997. I'm not going to spoil the review. I'm not going to let you know how each of us felt about this movie because we do have differing opinions. What I am going to do is I'm just going to jump right into the next episode of
Watch a fucking film. Watch a fucking film. People.
So this was a Dr. Luke Carmen pick, so I'm going to let him introduce the movie. I'm not going to get us to introduce ourselves. You know us. You've watched our videos. We're Plaguelands Media, and we're fucking awesome. So cheers, everybody.
All right, so you want me to introduce this film?
I do want you to introduce the film. Not the character, just the film.
Okay. All right, well, this is a classic 90s film, and I loved it back in the day. And in fact, I didn't know, as a fan of the film, that it was an established comic character. I had no idea. I thought this was just an original IP created for the film. I didn't know anything about the character, had no expectations, but I loved it, and I had the soundtrack. It was one of the first films for which I purchased the soundtrack. I had the CD, I loved it, and if you remember at the time, the single that was released for what was the band? Oh my God, I'm going to draw a blank here, but it was a Filter and the Crystal Method had
Yes. Yep.
like a top 10 song at the time. It was the major single from this film, and they had a Spawn soundtrack film clip, and it was cool. It was absolutely cool. So that's my connection to the movie. Watching it again recently, okay, it's weird. I think it was a product of its time, to the extent that I can't recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it as a young person, but I still enjoyed it, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think.
Mr. Ian Van Gamma, do you have any thoughts before we start the actual review?
Well, not really. I I remember watching it like you, Luke, as a kid, and loved it back then. Watched it several times since. I still think it holds up today. I mean, visually, probably not, but you know, if I had to choose between some of the MCU films and this, I'd pick Spawn over it any day because I'm sick and tired of that long, drawn out fucking shit that you've got to watch. Multiple TV shows to get what happens in the movies, and vice versa. Like, just fuck off. Like, just
Okay.
No, I
Now,
concur.
I got into Spawn through the comic books.
Okay.
Primarily issue 5. Because issue 5
that the notorious.
yes, that was the one that was featured on the Australian news with Billy Kincaid.
Oh fuck! I wish you'd said you were going to mention that one, because I've got it in the house.
Yeah,
I've got issue 5.
Issue 5 had Billy Kincaid, the child killer, with the notorious finger painting scene where he cuts the fingers off small children and sticks them in. He drives an ice cream truck to lure children in, and a mother in Australia found the issue under her son's bed and complained about it, and it went completely, well, what we call viral back then was just the news caught onto it. And I raced up to the newsagent and bought a copy of the issue because I just wanted to read that. That's how I got into Spawn. And
that's cool. I mean, how many mothers found copies of fucking Penthouse and Playboy under their kids' pillows and beds back in the day? And they were still running strong. Like, fuck.
And then after that issue came the story arc with Overt Kill and whatnot. So I wasn't a huge fan of the Spawn comics. Like, I didn't actually get a lot of them. But when the movie came out,
but they look cool though.
The art. I mean, Todd McFarlane.
They look cool.
Yeah, because okay. For those of you that don't know, I'll just give a little background on where Spawn came from. Image Comics started because a lot of the artists who created beloved characters like Deadpool and whatnot, working for Marvel, weren't allowed to keep the rights to their characters. So they left the big companies. They started Image Comics. I'm talking about Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee, for example. And they made their own characters, and it was kind of creator-owned characters. So you owned the rights to your characters. And that's where Spawn kind of came about. Todd McFarlane worked for Marvel Comics. He worked on Spider-Man. He's a talented artist. He did some of the greatest Spider-Man issues. I've actually done a book review on the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man kind of comics there. And so that's how I got into Spawn, was through that news report saying, don't read this comic. Yeah, I'm a teenager. I'm going to go read the fucking comic. And then we hear the Spawn movie is coming out. And we, like, teenage Hugh and his friends, their minds are like, what the hell? So we all race to the cinema to see the film. And for the most part, it was a good film. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It stayed pretty true to the comic origin of Spawn, give or take. But then there's the CGI stuff that you just go,
yeah.
You had what is it? Michael J. White as Al Simmons. You had Martin Sheen in this freaking movie. John Leguizamo. Holy crap, was that a surprise?
Well,
yeah, because that came not long after Romeo and Juliet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Where he was the cat, Thibault.
Well, yeah. I think you're right. But can I just ask, okay, so the controversy around Spawn, I didn't know about that. I'd never heard of that. was that substantially um earlier than the film,
Yes.
or was it sort of okay,
No,
okay,
no. It was substantially earlier than the controversy was early 90s, and I think the film came out
97.
97. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So all right. So
If you
you're
want, I
saying
can actually get the page that shows the finger painting. I don't think I want to, but I could if I wanted to.
Oh, do it.
okay,
I've got it over there, but you're probably got too much shit to navigate around.
Okay.
so
You know what? You guys keep talking. I'm going to get that one page.
okay, okay. So from what you're saying, for the impression that I'm getting from this discussion is because, like I said, I don't know Spawn from the comics. I only know Spawn from the film. And from
Yep.
what you're saying, it sounds like Spawn was a much darker, much more
Yeah.
controversial character
Yeah.
from in the comics. So
Yeah.
then I would assume then there some disappointment with for the fans, or was it because it was a different era? You know, it wasn't a given.
Um,
Okay,
Look,
okay,
I can't
all right,
answer that because I got into the comics later. I was always aware of Spawn as a comic, but never read it until much later.
okay. So that's pretty intense here. And so, look, it was a different era, and it wasn't it wasn't look, comic films which adapted comics weren't common. So if you got one, you were grateful, I think, is it was the attitude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
got
yeah,
a
yeah.
film and you're like you know, Spawn was never Batman or Superman. The fact that you got a Spawn film, you had to be sort of grateful, like,
I,
okay, they made
I,
the movie.
I honestly think though, for the most part, the Spawn film was more Image Comics trying to break away from
Hmm.
the superhero Marvel DC thing, and so they went for the edgier. Let's make an edgier comic book movie. I don't think it was anything to do with the fans. I think it was just more about Image Comics trying to.
Yeah, they saw an opportunity.
But you got
Yeah.
you got to understand too. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the the animated series came out before the film, which I
Hmm.
think was probably the tester for it.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
but again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Spawn #1 was probably the biggest selling issue of all time back then.
It was. You're correct.
Okay.
So
So it was
I
it
think that
was a
was Todd
it was a
McFarlane being a
challenge.
bit of an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
Um, Probably thought,
So
fuck it, I'll just go into some film.
Yeah.
so Hugh, when you saw it originally, as someone who was aware of was familiar with the source material, what did you think?
As a teenager, I enjoyed it in as much as I knew who the actors were and I knew who the characters they were portraying were. Didn't like the CGI. That was disappointing, but it didn't detract from the story.
Okay, so even at the time, you found that was
No,
Yeah.
okay, okay, because obviously that's the elephant in the room with this film. Like the CG
Yeah.
is so bad that it's shocking. It's laughable. Like if you to show it to someone now, you know, it's unforgivable. It's kind of it's one of those films where the CGI ruins the movie.
I wouldn't say it ruins the movie. It's at that point that you take a drink and just keep going.
Yeah. Well, I would look. I'm saying that I think it's some of the worst CGI put to film.
But
Let's put it that way.
the only thing I
yeah,
have wrong.
I'd almost
Go, Ian.
I was going to say I'd almost prefer the weird CGI fucking game animation they did in that Forgotten Realms movie
Oh, the
we last
Dragonlance.
reviewed. Then
Yeah. I agree. This is
But,
worse than Lawnmower Man. This is worse than
oh, come
Dragonlance.
on, dude.
This is the worst
It's not
CGI
worse than
ever
Lawnmower Man
committed to film because it's lazy. It's lazy.
okay, at least they got Malbolgia looking like he does in the comic books. Okay. I get that it's lazy when you have all the dead people in
The
hell just
spawns.
doing this, like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
open their arms
yeah,
around.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was bizarre, but
It's they just took the spawn render and copy and pasted it over and over and over
Yeah.
again. What's the demon's name? Can you say it again? Because I didn't get it. I couldn't grasp it from the film.
So the demon that grants Spawn his powers is Malbolgia, and
Malbol.
John Leguizamo, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, is the Violator.
Oh yes. No, I know who
it looked
the
cool.
violator.
That was I thought that was well done.
Look, the violator looks great. In fact, this is my take on this film. My take on this film is it's actually a violator film disguised as a Spawn film.
Yeah.
The violator steals the scene every single time. The violator is the most interesting character. The violator is the most annoying character. The violator is he's the best and worst character in this film. I've never seen a film where one character is the best and worst in the film, but this happens in Spawn. You can't talk about this movie without talking about the Violator, John Leguizamo. It's insane how dominant he is in this film.
I remembered when I watched it, I remembered the cheerleader scene.
Yes. Yeah.
The cheerleader scene is I think that is the best scene in the entire film. And I think we'll get to that. I don't want to talk about that now
Yeah.
because I think we'll get to it. But I think that is the most meta moment in the entire film. It's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I've actually after watching it, I went into this John Leguizamo kick, and I was looking up interviews with him and people talking about like a video on YouTube talking to John Leguizamo about his iconic roles. And there was The Pest,
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
That was
whole
shit. Fucking shit.
Are you talking about The Pest?
Yeah, I'm talking about The Pest. One of the few movies I just fucking turned off.
That had the best opening song in the history of cinema.
Yeah,
also, Mario Brothers. He was Luigi in the original Mario Brothers film.
Yeah.
Was he?
And
yeah.
Oh yeah, he was Luigi Mario. And he plenty of other films. But in this particular video, he was talking about his role as the Violator, and he said it took 4 hours in makeup to become the Violator every morning before shooting, and most of his lines were ad-libbed.
Yeah,
That
right.
gives you a sense of how much his personality as an actor carries this film. Because he's basically in almost every scene after the first 5 minutes. In fact, he's even in scenes that Spawn is not in. So he carries this film in a major way. And apparently there's a director's cut where his ad libs are much more offensive. which I haven't seen, but I would love to see.
I haven't seen that one either.
No, but you got to admit, he steals the scene every time.
Oh, he was fantastic. He was fantastic. But I just before we get into the story, I like the pest. Yeah, just gonna say
The
it.
Pest, I don't know. I have to go and watch it. I've never seen it.
I might make that one of my movie picks just to piss off Ian.
Well, that's a bold choice. I wouldn't do that.
I will
if I
refuse
was
to watch it. You do know what my threat is with that. You picked something like that. Salo all the way, baby.
Okay,
Well,
so Luke, as someone who has never read the comics or anything,
Mhm.
get us started.
Well, the bizarre thing for me is the beginning of Spawn is a very quick run through of the mythology, I guess, and it's incomprehensible. You know, it tells you everything you need to know, but so quickly that you can't grasp any of it. And in fact,
What's
I think
what's
that's
the name of the character that's giving the run through though? Do you even remember?
Oh
I
yes,
call him the
the narrator.
narrator. Yeah, exactly. And I know
Cogliostro.
Cogliostro. See, I didn't bother to remember the names of any of these people. It's Nicole, the weirdest name of it, Nicole Williams. Is it Nicole Williams? Nicole Williamson, who is Merlin in Excalibur,
Yeah.
and is also the voice of every single character in The Hobbit. If you have an audiobook version of The Hobbit, voiced by Nicole Williamson. He's fantastic. He's absolutely brilliant. He has the most amazing voice. He's in this film as like a bum slash mentor to Spawn. I forget his backstory. He's like a 16th century assassin who was given a deal by the devil, but he's gone against the devil and wants Spawn to make the right choices. But he's also the narrator. And what happens is we get this backstory about the devil through a particular demon needs a soldier to wage war against the kingdom of heaven. And then it cuts to the Spawn guy. What's his name? What's his real name? Al something?
Al Simmons.
Al Simmons basically works for the CIA. He's on a mission. He's in, what is it, Hong Kong? Is that where we meet him?
Somewhere. I don't think it specifies. It just might
He's
be
on a
like
mission. I
Asian
think it's Hong
airport
Kong.
or
He wants
something.
to assassinate this Arab guy. And so he walks into a traffic tower at an airport in Hong Kong and massacres a bunch of people and then sets up a rocket launcher and then blasts the rocket at the Arab guy's plane and blows him up. And I didn't realize this as a kid, but he's a merciless killer.
Yeah.
That's Al Simmons. That's our hero. Without compunction, without mercy, he just slaughters a bunch of people for the mission. And that's how we meet him. That's how we meet our hero. Pretty fucking intense, I think.
It's interesting in that in the comic books you don't get that backstory straight away.
Okay.
That
Is he
they
still a
have to
ruthless
set that
killer?
up for the movie. But yeah, he sets up that thing and it has like the 5 missiles that come out of the one
Yeah.
missile just
Yeah.
go and
It
blow
looks it looks okay. It looks good. At that point, everything's looking all right.
Yeah, then he sets the bomb up in the traffic control tower to get rid of his weaponry, and he sets it up for 5 seconds,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't think he could get down those stairs in 5 seconds because he's just walking away.
No. And then immediately after he kills his target or whatever, we get smashed uh, with this very, very 90s. It's like
Mm,
techno funk metal. I don't know what it is. And then it's like this long credit scene where it's just this
yeah,
booming techno funk metal. And it's like, okay, we're in peak 90s at this point.
this is
Yeah. You're
definitely
not
like
meant to think about it. You're not meant to think about the fact that this guy is killing innocent people or killing soldiers who are just doing their job. It's a 90s film. It doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't think like that. It's like this guy's just an effective killer. That's it. You're not meant to, you're not meant to think any deeper than that, which is great in a way for storytelling purposes.
I mean,
But it's hard.
look at the films that came around in the 90s where
Hmm.
they didn't want you to think. We had
Hmm.
The Phantom, we
Hmm.
had
Mhm.
Casper, we had Judge Dredd, we have
Hmm.
Spawn.
Yep.
Well,
Mm.
uh, immediately after that blasting credit scene, it cuts to the bad guys, which is Martin Sheen as some sort of CIA director, and he's talking to the Violator, played by
Yeah,
John Leguizamo. And the Violator, for some reason, he's in shadow and he's
yeah,
smoking a cigar. And so it's like the CIA director is talking to this bizarre clown character. And the CIA director in his office, one of the paintings on his wall is an atomic bomb exploding. It's just like very direct messaging. And John Leguizamo was like this is the dialogue. The CIA director says, "Yeah, Al Simmons, he's one of our best killers." And then John Leguizamo is like, "Yeah, yeah, uh, we need you to do one thing. We need you to kill Al Simmons.
yeah.
We need him." It's the CIA goes like, "Really? Al Simmons? He's the guy you want us to kill?" It's like the dialogue makes absolutely no sense. But it's just so direct and it's so fast. It's like the whole thing is shot like an MTV music video, you know? So
It's
that's the setup. Is like the CIA guy, whatever he's supposed to be, is now being told by this demonic clown to kill the guy that he sent on this mission.
I think if I remember rightly, and I might be wrong here because it's been a while, like it's been over a week since I saw this movie and I've watched other shit in the interim. He goes on another mission to blow up germ warfare stuff in.
No, Hugh, you're exactly right. Except this film is
There's
so
a
fast
setup.
paced. Yeah, this film is so fast paced that what happens is immediately after that scene, we cut to Al Simmons' house,
Oh, that's right.
and
Yeah.
his wife
Yeah.
Wanda comes out and is like, "Hey," and Al's partner, he's like,
Terry.
his partner's there, and he's like, "Ah, hey Wanda, how you going?" And Wanda's like, "Ah, tell my husband he needs to get a watch to be on time." And then he gets in the car, and Al Simmons and his partner discuss the fact that Al slaughtered a bunch of innocent civilians
Yeah.
in Hong Kong. They
Yeah.
drive to the CIA base. Al Simmons goes up to Martin Sheen. This femme fatale character appears with a pistol in her stockings. And then Martin Sheen goes, "What's the matter, Al? You're getting soft." And then Al's like, "Yeah, I want to retire. I'm sick of killing innocent victims." He's like, Well, that's okay, but you got one more mission. We got to go to
One more
North
mission,
Korea
right?
and get this like COVID virus out of North Korea. And Al Simmons is like, yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. Obviously, he's being set up to be betrayed. We know this as an audience
Yeah.
already, but Al is an idiot not to recognize that he's being set up. And then, of course, yeah, they go to North Korea at this base where they're holding this biochemical warfare thing.
In perfectly aligned tanks.
Yeah. And then Martin Sheen just drops down and goes, yeah, we're betraying you. What are you going to do about it? And they spray him with this chemical, light him on fire. And the spawn goes like, if you touch my wife, you're a dead man. He goes, you're the dead man. He throws his cigarette on him and kills him, and then blows up this laboratory and releases this
Oh, the-
proto-COVID virus across North Korea. It's totally insane and obvious that was going to happen.
he goes to hell. We don't know this yet, but he goes to hell and he makes a deal with Malbolgia.
Yeah, wait. Can I say something for this? As he's being blasted to hell, he's going, Wanda!
Yeah.
And it is hilarious to see someone blasted towards hell, screaming Wanda as he goes.
So for those of you that don't know Spawn, he makes a deal with Malbolgia to go back to Earth so that he will see Wanda again. Malbolgia sends him back to Earth, but it's 5 years later.
Mhm.
On the proviso that he leads his armies.
That he leads the armies of hell.
For some
whatever.
reason.
So he ends up in an alley.
Look. I think it's incredibly vague why he is the right choice for this. Do you feel that way? I never got any clarity on that.
You do if you read the comics.
Oh, it's kind of hinted. Like I think that the Violator had his eye on him anyway.
Okay.
He ticked all the boxes, and that was what he said to whatever Martin Sheen's fucking character is.
CIA man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give him to us, and you'll get this sort of deal.
He wakes up in an alley.
Wait, Hugh, 1 sec. I gotta take a break. I'll be right back.
Do you want me to pause?
Yeah, just pause.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just done. Where were we up to?
So he wakes up, and this is one of the weird parts of this story. He wakes up in this really gothic.
The alley with all the homeless people.
Yeah, it's an alley, but he's sort of there's this sort of church that he's on top of at the beginning. And how much time has passed? Do you know?
5 years.
Is it 5 years? 5 years. So he wakes up and he doesn't have. It's kind of an odd storytelling choice, because he has no memory of what's happened in the intervening time, but we're gonna learn almost immediately what happened, which is kind of odd.
He also befriends that kid.
This is the weird thing. He wakes up, he's disfigured. He's completely disfigured.
His face is burnt.
Yeah. And he wanders down this cathedral staircase into this alley of the damned, basically. And I wasn't sure if it was meant to be that, like, in the 3 years or 5 years that have changed, the whole city has gone to hell. Is that your interpretation?
No,
Or was that always the case?
he's just in a homeless person's. But I've read the comic
Yeah.
books. It's
Yeah. Because the first thing that basically happens is some kid comes up and goes, "Hey, mister, are you all right?"
not
And
just
it's
any kid. Not just any kid.
okay.
Miko Hughes is the name of the
Oh,
actor.
okay.
He was the child actor in. He was the baby in the original Pet Cemetery.
Really?
He was one of Stephanie's friends in Full House,
What?
and he was the young kid in Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Well, I will say this. The kid approaches him, says the kid is kind of his link. I suppose
Yeah,
if you want to look at the metaphor, the kid is kind of his link to humanity at that point
yeah,
because his face is all
It's
fucked
very,
up.
very reminiscent of the Crow film, Brandon Lee's Crow.
Mhm.
yes, yep. And the
Absolutely.
Crow comic, which I have right here, and we'll read and review on the channel.
Okay. Well, the other part of it is at that point they start playing the Marilyn Manson part of the soundtrack, which is such a 90s flashback for me. Like, I'm not a huge Marilyn Manson fan, but when they start pumping the Marilyn Manson song at that point, is like, wow, I'm
Yeah,
back in the 90s. I am back in the 90s. And okay, so the kid is there, and then I think that's the first time that the Spawn character bumps into the narrator guy, whatever his fucking name is,
Cogliostro.
and Cogliostro or whatever. He's like, "Hey, you need to listen to me. I've got the skinny on what's actually happening to you," but Spawn doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah, leave me
In fact,
alone, old man.
yeah. In fact, the weird dialogue there's lots of weird dialogue in this film. The weird dialogue at that point is the kid goes, "Hey, I'm not scared of you, man. Like I've seen worse people because my dad's was a mortician." And then the
Yeah,
Spawn goes like, "Thanks, kid. I feel better already." It's like the kid's not trying to make you feel better. He's just telling you he's not freaked out by your ugly fucking face.
fucking hell, this
But we
movie.
we are on the cusp of my favorite scene, which is the next scene where Spawn goes to his house where he used to live,
Oh my God. Is this the
and
birthday party?
it's the birthday party scene. Yeah. Do you want to
Mm.
explain?
Oh, please do, because this, first of all, just before you do that, they name their dog Spaz,
Yeah.
which
Which
is
I
Yeah.
so
completely forgot
derogatory
about,
for,
and yeah, you can't say that anymore.
yeah,
Well, the thing about it is, actually, the first time you watch this, you can't tell, but okay, so Spawn wakes up. It's been, what is it, 5 years, as you said, Hugh, and
yeah.
he tries to go back to his house where he lived with his wife and kid and his
It
dog.
wasn't his kid.
It's not?
It's not his kid. It's his wife and Terry's kid. He couldn't give her a kid. That's
Is
a
that right?
huge point in the comic.
I never realized that. Oh, okay. It's Terry's kid?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't realize that. Wow, okay, so that changes things pretty substantially, really. Yeah, for some reason my light died. I'm gonna put my light back on. Oh
That's
my God,
that's
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 way too
what
bright.
that's why he's so shocked when he sees than with the child because he could never give Wanda a child.
Okay, I don't think that comes across in the film,
It
actually.
doesn't at all. It does not at all.
But what happens is he goes back home to where his wife's place is then, and his daughter just so happens to be having it's not his daughter, apparently,
But the child is having a birthday party.
and it just so happens that the entertainment that the parents have arranged for that party is the Violator,
Yeah.
Dressed up as a clown. And so he turns up as this mutilated, burnt-faced guy, and he hides in the bushes. And when he sees his partner, his ex-partner, slap his ex-wife on the ass, he groans in the bushes. And it's so uncomfortable. It's so unpleasant. And then he's hiding in the bushes, and his dog Spaz runs over and starts licking his burnt face. And then the daughter runs in and goes, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And then the parents find this burnt-faced freak in their bushes, and the clown that they've paid to entertain them finds him, and he's like, "I've been looking for you everywhere. Bad Crispy, bad Crispy. Don't worry about him. He's just fried chicken." And it's so fucked up. Like that whole birthday party scene is straight out of a horror movie, if you ask me.
Yeah. It's
my favorite scene in the whole film. It's straight out of Nightmare on Elm Street or something.
it's so fucking weird that
Yeah.
the guy, like his partner is CIA, finds a burnt guy in their bushes and does nothing.
Yeah, he finds a burnt person in his bushes and he's like, "You got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Get away." Like the guy's talking to your kid. He's a fried-faced man. What are you doing? And then the clown, the obese, morbidly obese, demonic clown that you invited to your house.
Midget clown.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I've been looking for you everywhere." It's so insane. Like the people in this don't act rationally, to
No,
put it mildly.
not at all.
But it is such a honestly, there's something about the way they shot that is genuinely terrifying, I think.
Is it after this scene that he goes back to his grave?
Yes. Yeah. Because like the clown says, the clown is obviously the Violator. John Leguizamo is like, "Let's get out of here, and I'll remind you of what you've forgotten."
Yeah, they start jumping everywhere, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's
Like,
like, okay. It's a weird storytelling approach. Like, instead of telling us chronologically what
yeah,
he learned in hell, he has a sort of an amnesia, and then we've got to learn it in retrospect. It's weird.
that happens in the comics though as well.
Okay. Well,
But
does
if you're
this
not a
happen in the
fan of the
comics?
comics,
Because
if you're not a fan
he
of the
takes him.
comics and you're watching the movie, you've got to let the audience know what's happening.
Well, I know he Leguizamo as Violator takes him away from the party back to the alley where
Yeah,
everything's awful, and then Leguizamo pulls his undies off and shows Spawn his skid marks. That's the next thing that happens. And then he's like, "Hey,
is
do you
this when
remember
he
hell?"
Brilliant.
is this when he eats the pizza with the maggots on it?
Which he
Exactly.
actually
That's when
did.
He actually did that.
Yeah.
He actually says in interviews he swallowed 3 of the maggots on the pizza before he could spit them out.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he did
this
it
is the
in one
thing.
take. He did it in one
This
take.
is the thing. Leguizamo dominates this film more than any. Like I'm struggling to think of a better example of an actor's performance dominating a film. Like Martin Scorsese's
Well,
Mean Streets, Robert De Niro absolutely dominates that film.
Mm,
Not as bad, not as hardcore as Leguizamo's
does
Violator
the
dominate.
Violator. Yeah.
He just steals this. He's obviously ad-libbing. I looked it up. Yes, he was ad-libbing. Um, he said it took him 4 hours to get the makeup on. It was miserable. He was sweating like a pig, and he steals every scene. He steals every fucking scene. It's unbelievable.
I still can't believe that he actually ate the maggots on that fucking
Yeah,
pizza.
like this is the thing about this character. Like everything Violated says and does should be so annoying that this film is awful.
Yeah.
Like he's so fucking annoying, but
mm.
somehow it's great.
Yeah.
Like Ian, you tell me what you think. Like you're the hardest person to appease this way. Do you think he's a pain in the ass, or do you enjoy his performance?
Oh, look, absolutely. Like annoying pain in the ass,
Hmm.
uncomfortable to watch sometimes.
Hmm.
But if his performance didn't portray that as the character, then it'd just be a steaming pile of dog shit. You
Mm.
know,
Yes. Yes.
it's it, it, it it's completely different thing, but it's almost like watching like the original Office with David Brent. You watch
Hmm.
some of those scenes and they are so uncomfortable, so
Hmm.
annoying to watch. But if they weren't, it wouldn't have made that series, if that
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
It's
No,
it's
you're
that same
absolutely
sort
right.
of intensity of the performance that no, you're right. It's more of a Violator film than it is a Spawn film, really.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Spawn character, as much as I enjoyed the film, it, he was one of the least interesting characters in the movie.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right.
Especially with him when he's slowly learning his ability.
yeah, I
You're
didn't give a
like,
fuck. I
oh,
couldn't give a
come
fuck.
on, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
he's so
I just
bad
wanted
in
to see
like
more of the Violator.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's so bad. Um, Michael Jai White, I mean, he's great. He's a great martial artist, and he's fun. But in this film, he's so dumb. Like
Mm.
like the extent of what he will emote is he'll be like, hell yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a bit.
shit, yeah. It's
Mm,
like what? And even
yeah,
like the deal he gets from the devil, whatever that demon is called.
Malbolge, yeah.
The, yeah, the Malbolgia is like, look, I've chosen you to be the leader of the army of the damned, but if you don't do what I say, you will die. It's like he's already dead. He's already dead. And then you know, Al Simmons is like, yeah, I'll do anything for Wanda. It's like, this is not enough motivation to sustain this film. It's not. It's
mm,
stupid. And then, like, okay, by contrast, the Violator has a way more interesting set of circumstances. He wants to be the leader of the army of the damned, but he's not selected. He's kind of resentful the fact that Al Simmons gets to be the leader. He wants to be the leader. and so the next thing that happens is after that party, he takes Al Simmons. He reminds him of what happened in hell.
Yeah.
Like he takes him back, and it looks. This is the point where the film looks the worst. Obviously,
Yep.
like the hell scenes are unbelievably bad.
For
I'm surprised
90s
they released it
CGI.
like that, to be honest.
I know it's like the stand-in. What they somebody to fix later. Like visual effect artists were going to fix it later. They just didn't get
Yeah.
around to
And
They
then
just
get the guy
inserted the
to do it.
storyboards.
it. Yeah. Oh my God, it looks so bad, so bad. Like the I will never know his name, Malbolgia or whatever. He looks like and
He
he
doesn't
looks like
move his
Stimpy
mouth when
from
he
Ren and Stimpy.
talks. He's just like,
He doesn't move his mouth. He looks like a chihuahua. He looks like a giant chihuahua.
you know,
And
that
he
that
sounds like
pissed
Dr.
me off.
Claw.
Yes.
You,
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
yeah, you could have voiced him. He doesn't move his mouth. He sounds like Dr. Claw. It's bizarre. So basically, what happens there is Spawn doesn't realize he's dead, and
God
the
damn.
Violator takes him to the graveyard to prove to him that he's dead. And there's a bunch of Satanists at the graveyard.
Oh God, those, yeah.
Yes.
I forgot
And
about those kids.
Yeah.
yeah. And there's a line there that I always remember from this film is John Leguizamo's Violator says, "How come God gets all the good worshippers
Yeah.
and we get all the retards?" That stayed with me for some reason. I don't know why.
Mm.
Are we even halfway
Yeah.
through this film yet?
We're nearly finished,
All
actually.
right.
There's not a whole lot
Yeah,
more to go.
it wraps up pretty quickly from memory. Like he does the whole, the montage
Fucking
sort of thing where he's training with what's his fucking face?
Cogliostro.
I'm going to just call him Merlin because I know him as Merlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The narrator.
Think about it and then blah blah blah,
But
and then they start fighting.
there was
And,
a fight scene that just baffled me in a ballroom or something.
Yeah. Spawn, when
that's
he
right,
first
and
comes
that's where
back.
that femme fatale gets fucking.
Yeah.
And everyone was saying that she was Angela.
Yeah, that's weird. It's not really well set up, but there's some sort of plot, obviously, between the CIA guy and all these third world dictator guys
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
release
What
this
the?
Heat 16, I think it's called, Heat 16
Yeah, it was
virus.
the chemical weapon or something that
Yeah,
they were gonna.
yeah.
So, oh
And
my God, this fucking movie, man, is
yeah.
my mind is just going like, what the
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty much
fuck?
it.
and
Except
that's the scene where he crashes through that sort of
Yeah,
Batman-esque
yeah, the
through the middle of
Batman-esque
the
thing where he
dome.
crashes through with his cape
Yeah,
comes out and
and
goes
that's where
down.
really
And
bad. The
see
bad
that's the
CGI on
thing
the
where he
cape.
learns about his powers too, because
Yeah,
his plan is absolutely idiotic. He just crashes through and he gets shot up by an Uzi or something. And then he realizes his suit protects him. He's like, hell yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
oh,
And then he realizes he has all these powers. And it's he obviously he gets away, but like he does weird things like he turns into like he camouflages himself
yeah,
with the
climbing
building
up
that
the
he's attached to.
building.
like an elven cloak, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
An
It's very
elven
Lord of the
cloak
Rings.
mixed with Spider-Man's web shooters.
Mm.
And see, that's the point where I was like, okay, I want to know now what Ian and Hugh know. I want to know, is this comic accurate or is this just bullshit that the filmmakers are shoving in?
Everything that Spawn can do takes away a little bit of his necroplasm, and when he gets to zero, and there is in the comics, there is a timer.
The clock. There's a clock.
Yeah. And when he
What?
gets to zero, he's gonna go to hell.
Okay.
Which happens in, I think, issue 100 or 200 or something, and then he fights
Okay,
Satan,
because
and
that's not in the film at all, is it?
he's no, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, because
I don't
what
know.
happens in the
I
film is he
honestly, this movie was just like a complete
There.
mind.
So in the comic, Luke, you can see that's like the clock there. It's ticking, or not a clock, like a just a
Timer.
tally of timer. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so that's interesting because conversely, what happens in the film is he starts to realize he has all these abilities, and then it helps him escape, and then he appears back in the alley, and that kid that he
Yeah,
met is puking up rotten food, and his dad's like, "Oh, what are you
Mm.
doing? You're puking up
yeah.
good food."
You're
And he
wasting
bashes
food.
the dad, and then he realizes, "Oh, my powers have got the best of me." So they try to create this thing like, "Oh, he's joined the demonic side. He's becoming evil, basically." And then the next thing you get is the Violator, the fat clown turns up and gives a speech going, "I'm not. They don't call me they don't call me the Vindicator. They don't call me the Renegade. They don't call me the Vibrator."
Yeah,
And then he turned into a monster.
yeah.
And so it's like the first demon versus Spawn fight. And that's where Spawn really learns how to use his powers, I guess. And is that accurate to the comics? Is that basically what happens?
Pretty much the first four issues. Yeah.
Because that's basically the beginning of the end of the film. He fights him, he's kind of losing, and then he turns the tides. That's it. That's basically the film, right?
Oh, you got the fight in the house. Doesn't he defeat
Yeah,
Oh,
Jason Wynn in the
yeah. They fight in the street, and the Violator wins,
and
but then he
then
blows him up,
yeah.
and then it's back to the house, and then they go to hell. They literally go to hell,
Yeah.
but it's in one or two steps. It's very quick. There's not a big build up. They literally just end up in hell, and it looks terrible.
mm.
I think we have
Spawn,
pretty much summed up the Spawn movie.
yeah, Spawn just laser zaps all the denizens of hell using
Mm,
a green laser beam that comes out of his body and kills a whole bunch of other Spawn looking guys. And then he cuts the Violator's head off. That's it. That's basic. That's how it wraps up. The end. All
yeah.
of a sudden, that's how the movie ends. The end. Done. And then he explodes out of a Christmas chimney, and that's it. I
Couldn't
think
have
that
summed it
covers
up better
everything.
myself.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's on the news exposing his corrupt CIA boss. And then that's the end.
I like this movie, but now that we've talked about it, I don't like this movie anymore.
Oh, look, I still like it. It's fun picking
It's-
it apart because it's just so ridiculous. Um,
Yeah.
I'd still watch it again. I'd still watch it again. I'd still enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree, Ian. It's like you have to know the 90s to enjoy it. It's like watching a
Yeah.
90s um music video clip that goes for an hour and a half.
Anything by
Yeah.
Meatloaf.
It's so fast paced. And look, Martin Sheen is great as the CIA. He's
I disagree.
Yeah,
he
I'm with
hams it
Ian on
up.
this one.
No, he hams it up perfectly. He hams it up perfectly. In
They should
in
have
a
had
weird
Nicolas
way,
Cage to do it. He would have done it better.
yeah.
Oh,
In a
hell
weird way,
yeah.
it's
Oh,
well.
Nicolas
Let's put it this way.
Cage's Spawn would have been awesome.
This film is a bizarre spectacle in a way. Like it's the low point of Martin Sheen's career. It's the midpoint of John Leguizamo's career. Jai Michael White, it's probably his highlight of his career.
Oh, no. He's made a couple of fantastic martial arts movies since this.
That's because they found the right roles for him.
Yeah.
In this, no.
Oh, hell no.
He's so miscast in
But,
this.
no,
He's so
no.
miscast.
You say miscast. He
Mhm.
looks exactly like the Todd McFarlane art character.
Actually,
So I
no,
think
you're
they
right.
cast
It's not
him.
that he's miscast. It's not that he's miscast. It's that they didn't get the balance. They didn't create enough of the character in this
They
role.
didn't. Yeah, I'll agree
Yeah.
with that. Like, his martial arts prowess is phenomenal, but they just gave him, like, I'm a burnt face,
Get
stuff to
away from me,
do, and
kid.
then, like, 5 minutes of action.
Yeah. Like he has the least interesting role in this film.
Even
And it's
Spaz the
actually
dog had a better role.
yeah. And it's the last role for Nicole Williamson.
I will, yeah.
God bless him. God bless him.
Yeah. So this is a weird film in terms of there's some tragic intersections here. Some characters had their best roles, some had their worst. And it was a kind of crossroads for 90s comic book films.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Mm.
So let's give it a score, fellas. Dr. Luke Cohen.
You know what? I'm gonna give this is it's kind of hard to defend it, but I'm gonna give this a 7. I think this is for what the expectations of this film, the delivery, it's a mixed bag, but still, for what it was at the time, I think it did the job. That's my review.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mr. Ian Van Gammon.
Yeah, I'd go with 7 as well. Again, nostalgic reasons. Certainly not a great film, but it's certainly not a bad film at all. I'd watch it again. And I agree with pretty much everything Luke said. Spawn himself, who should have been the centerpiece, certainly wasn't. But that's okay. Like as a whole, it wasn't too bad. Certainly had its flaws. Like it's a shame that Hell looked so shit. I think they would have done better just taking snippets from the original Doom video game and just inserting them. Like it would have been much better.
That I agree with.
And I would watch it. Like I said before, I'd certainly watch it over some of the recent MCU films.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because at least this is a linear thing. It's like, it's got an A and it's got a B.
Yep.
The MCU at the moment, I gave up years ago, as you guys know. I just couldn't be keeping up with it. And I hope they remake it. I mean, there was talk about it, I believe.
Yeah.
About rebooting it. So I hope that does happen. I'd love to see someone like Sidney Poitier as Spawn. I think he'd do a great job, and he's got a great voice.
Now that would be fantastic. I agree.
Someone with a bit of class there.
Mm-hmm.
Sidney Poitier as Spawn and Barbara Streisand as the Violator.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh no, they'd have to get old mate back as the Violator. I don't think you could get anyone else.
I agree. This is a John Leguizamo feature.
I'm torn on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it before you do? Is it because we've picked the shit out of it, or is it your initial reaction when you rewatched it?
It's actually neither. It's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we picked the shit out of it, and that's fine. That's what we fucking do on these movie reviews, and that's great. It's just like I remember the first time I ever saw it at the Penrith Hayden Cinema.
Oh yes.
The Penrith Hayden Cinema that when you walked in, it just smelled like someone had crushed Doritos in the fucking in the carpet.
Oh yeah.
Like, it just smelled like corn chips. and watching it with my high school friends and then there's like the rewatching of it, knowing what I know about cinema now. So I've got this. It's
and that's the fucked thing. I think is rewatching these things with after years of as you guys your uni degrees and the studying of film and all that sort of shit. I think unfortunately that sometimes takes away from the initial reaction to seeing stuff. Like
yes.
You would be the same as me, Hugh. Oh fuck! There's a Spawn movie coming out. Fuck yeah, let's go see it. And you see, it and go, that was fucking awesome. And then decades of maturing.
Dude, do you remember when you and I went and saw From Hell?
Yes, I do actually.
We knew it was based on a comic by Alan Moore. We hadn't read the comic, but we went and bought copies of the comic before the movie. Didn't read it, watched the movie, and then read the comic. Like,
oh, absolutely. And it was the same for me with V for Vendetta.
Yeah,
like we're talking about.
Yep.
Like what's the fucking the term? Key issues that I think most or every comic book fan should read.
The key issues.
V for Vendetta is one. From Hell is another. Things like that. And I mean, I'd been a comic book fan for years before these films and not even heard of them. Because they weren't superheroes. I think it's a good thing. Absolutely. And it's cool now, like when they do make films that are based on comic books that we've never heard of, like what's that fucking one with Viggo Mortensen in it?
Oh, the one where he's the killer that
History of Violence?
Not a History of Violence. There was another one. Wasn't long after the Lord of the Rings. Road to maybe
Oh
it
no,
wasn't
that
Viggo
was
Mortensen.
Tom
Was it
Hanks
Road to
with Road to
Perdition?
Perdition.
Tom Hanks. Sorry.
Tom Hanks was Road
See,
to
that's
Perdition.
another one, but that's right. My mistake. But there's heaps. There are heaps of films that have been made that people have no idea that they're based on a comic book, unless you're a sort of more of an indie comic book fan, I suppose.
I would argue as well, like the new Supergirl film is actually based on the graphic novel Supergirl World of Tomorrow, which I don't think a lot of people have actually freaking read.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna give this. Shit, this one's a difficult one for me, man. This one's a.
Oh, the
difficult one.
anticipation's fucking killing me, man.
I'm going to agree with the two of you. I'm going to give this a 7 out of
Yeah, I think that's fair.
out of 10. Yeah, like it needs to have that. It's part nostalgia, but it's an important film.
I think so. I mean, you had The Crow a few years before it. It had a very similar tone, color palette, etc., etc. Soundtrack. You were talking about the soundtrack before, Luke. I mean, fuck, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think The Crow soundtrack was maybe the first film soundtrack that sort of capitalized on that 90s alternative music.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And a good mixture of all that. No, I totally agree.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on this one, fellas.
I think so.
I think this is a good pick. I don't think like Gen X's or Gen Z's or whatever the fucking Gen is gonna get it.
It's hard to recommend to anyone.
Oh, look, I think a couple of my kids would probably watch it and enjoy it. They probably bag out the CGI, but
yeah,
which we
have,
did in the video, so who cares? The next pick is an Ian pick, and I think we've already got that one established.
We have. Not to give it away too much, but one of the actors in this film is in the other one. May have been mentioned.
I'm looking forward to that.
Mentioned
like you
it.
wouldn't believe.
Oh, I can't fucking wait to watch it again. I cannot wait to watch it again. I found the DVD on the shelf the other day. It's sitting next to the TV, ready to go. As you guys know, it's in my top 5 films of all time.
And just to let all you little Plaguelandians out there know,
it's not Vampire Lesbos.
It could be, but it's not.
My next pick is actually not my pick. It was a colleague from the university I work at who actually chose my next pick, but I wholeheartedly agree with his choice. So that is going to be my next pick. So, and Mr. Luke Carmen, I believe I have your previous pick already downloaded so that we can do that one too. So we're pretty much set for the next few weeks of movie reviews.
Excellent.
Okay. Right. Any last words before I stop the recording?
No, I'm totally satisfied.
Just go watch it. Just go watch it. Bit of fun.
Okay, everyone out there, all you little Plaguelands, have a fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell all your friends. But most importantly, watch a fucking movie, people.